Hey everyone, it's Too Big Kim from TwoBigWomenOnTheCouch.com, that social networking site for plus size and former plus size women and those who love us. Generally, Terry and I are on the couch and we've revamped the site. We'll be back with some very exciting videos and updates and so forth for you. But come on over to TwoBigWomenOnTheCouch.com and share your videos, your blogs, play some games, and meet some folks. Really appreciate your support over there. Now, sometimes, I'm on the rocking chair here, just simply meeting with YouTubers and just talking about a variety of topics. And I'm very happy to be back again with Diana One Nicole. That is her YouTube name and her channel. If you look her up, it is Diana the number one Nicole, and we want you to go visit that channel. She's talking about and making commentary on a wide variety of topics, some that'll tickle you, some that might actually make you angry, and so forth. So check out her channel. She's amazing with being able to tackle a lot of topics. So today, together, we are going to tackle a topic that we think is, I don't even have the word for it, Diana, to be honest with you. Give me a word here, my friend. It's just
People.
shocking and unbelievable, right? That in this day and age, someone could actually be this kind of disturbed, I think, and perpetrate these kinds of sort of hateful kinds of things on another person. And we are talking about the Michigan Assistant Attorney General. His name is Andrew, I think it's Sherville. I think that might be
That's
how
like
Shrivel, something like that, who has been basically bashing, in many ways, very hatefully bashing a young student, and so.
stalk,
Hmm?
stalking, stalking him.
He's been stalking him, bashing
Yeah,
him. What are some other terms we can use? It's just been ugly.
he's bullying him. Yeah,
Hmm. So we definitely, so you can follow this story if you haven't, we want you to go to your Google search engine and type in Andrew, and the last name is Sherville. That's Shirvell. If you can't remember that, we want you to type in Michigan Assistant Attorney General, and you'll find out about this case. But Diana, let's just kind of roll into this thing, because you and I were pretty appalled with what was happening with him. I know now that he's finally kind of taken some time off, and they're different reports. The news is, got different reports whether he actually took that time off on his own or whether he was asked to take that time off. So I'm not completely up on the story, but let's talk about this guy and what's been going on.
well, basically, he's an alumni. I think it's Michigan University.
Hmm.
And he's a lot older than this young man. This young man is in his early 20s, I believe, and
He's
he was
21.
elected to the
21.
student council president. And this really put a bee in this guy's bonnet, I guess. Like, it made him really upset that an openly gay person was the president, as well as he was fighting for, I believe, gender neutral housing, which
Hmm.
means, I guess, that they don't separate dorms by sexes, and like a man can move in with a lady. I think it's just like people live who they want to live with.
Hmm.
And this really made this guy really lose it seems. And he went on a crusade. He created his own blog, like defacing this guy's picture. He stood in front of his house. He called him a devil worshiper or something along
Called him
those lines
Satan,
about,
Satan something another.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
really, really out of control. And he's saying, I'm a Christian. I don't appreciate homosexuality. This thing about, and I have the right to do this. But the kicker is that he's the assistant attorney general. I believe that's an elected official, right?
He is. He's the Assistant Attorney General for the state. And what's really disturbing about this, I mean, certainly we believe in freedom of speech, but we don't believe in, and nobody should believe in, harassing, negatively destroying someone with your words and things of that nature. It just seems like it's all the way wrong when you're in a position of power like that. When you're a public servant, it's all the way wrong. But he's not just stating an opinion, right? He's not just
Crusade. It's a
exactly.
Yeah, a one man crusade. It looks as
Hmm.
like I don't see that he has like an organization. It's just one guy who got really upset or got an idea in his head that something really bad was happening, and he took it too far. Though I think that you have the right to say I'm against
Hmm.
homosexuality. I don't think that this guy is a good student council person or president. But beyond that, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just went way over the edge. And I encourage people to either look on YouTube for the interview he did with Anderson Cooper, or just look into it. It's just really disturbing, his whole demeanor and his like robotic like answers. Like he there's something going on with him, it seems.
It does appear that there's something going on. And you know, sometimes it's those who protest the loudest. I'm not calling the man gay or anything because I don't know him, okay? But sometimes it's those that are tapping their toes underneath the bathroom stall, those that are out in the streets cheering and leading, folks against certain things like gay issues or whatever it might be, who are the very ones caught doing what they're out there protesting against. And so when I saw the video, I just wondered. I'm sorry, I wondered, you know. But he seems to be completely out of control. And so I guess my question is, you know, what about freedom of speech, and how far can people really take it? And what about harassment? When are you really crossing the line of sort of, you know, again, disliking something or some political thing or whatever it might be, or not being for it, or wanting to, you know, state things against it? And when do you cross the line of just being, again, I'm so shocked by this man's behavior. I truly don't have the words for it, but he's way over the top, way over the top. Here's the kicker for me, though. It doesn't appear that the Attorney General has done much about it. It appears that, like, that's okay, because they're saying, well, he's not doing this here in the workplace. You know, it's completely separate what he does, you know, on his own and so forth. But this is a public servant.
Right. I think that I think the Attorney General has to be careful too, because it's an actionable situation where the Sherville guy could come back and sue him at some point. I think that's what I was getting from the statement that the Attorney General made, that they were just being really careful about what they said. They don't want to be liable for anything that he does, because that the younger, I don't know, can you tell me his name?
I can't remember his name. I know he's a 21-year-old student, but I don't remember his name, right?
His name was Chris, I believe.
Okay, okay.
Chris Armstrong.
That's it.
I think if the Attorney General was like, oh, I think that they don't want to be in an actionable situation on either end. They're just trying to stay neutral. But I don't think that Mr. Sherville is going to be in that position long. It's just that, yeah, I think right now, like you said, he's on a leave of absence. But I think that he put his employer in a bad situation, because he's saying free speech, and that's his constitutional right, you know?
Yeah, he definitely has his right to his opinions. Absolutely, he has his right to his opinions. Again, you know, he's gone way over the top. I mean, he's calling the kid a Nazi. He's putting, you know, just stuff all over his website about this guy. He's picketing. You know what I'm saying? This kid is like 21 years old. He's just trying to, you know, bring people together. Just that's what he's trying to do. And this Mr. Shrivel or whatever his name is, I don't mean to be, but I think it's Sherville or something, is being just a real idiot. He calls himself a Christian, but, you know, I mean, truly.
I think you asked, like, what's the line of free speech? Like, I think that's when you mentioned that this young man is 21. Like, he's basically a kid, and you have this man in a position of power who has a lot more means, I'm sure, you know what I mean, like income to, like, start blogs and protests and all this time. I think that's where he kind of crossed the line. Like, it's beyond free speech. He's harassing this kid, like, for no other reason than that he's gay. And then there's a lot of, you know what I mean? It just, I feel like this person, Mr. Sherville, he's not a good example of, like, the whole, like, gay, like, debate or the struggles for rights, because there's something wrong with him. So he's like an extreme case, but there's more subtle things that go on that are harmful, you know what I mean? But this guy, he's just like, it goes beyond the whole gay thing. Just the fact that I don't want to defame him by saying, like, nuts, but it's just, he's just way out there where it's clear that there's something wrong with him.
Well, it's got to be, because he says he has no hate in his body. That's one of the quotes, I think, that he said, oh, I have absolutely no hate. You know, I'm a Christian and I have no hate in my body. But he's doing these hateful things. It's amazing. And if you read the blogs, I mean, you can go to any of the stuff and watch, like you said, the Anderson Cooper interview, which is really good, because the guy's just squirming in his chair, and you can make your own judgments about that. Or you can go to, you know, the various websites and blogs and news articles and all, and see what's going on there. And it's interesting because a lot of folks are thinking that he's got some stuff in the closet, so to speak. That this is not me calling him gay, because I wouldn't do that because I don't know the man. But a lot of folks are kind of weighing in, going, well, what is his real agenda? What is he really covering up? And it looks to me like again, he's got some real issues, because again, he says, hey, I have no hate in my body, but you're doing hateful things. It's not even congruent for me. It doesn't even make sense to me. I have no hate in my body, but yet I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to defame this man. I'm going to, just do all these horrible things to this guy. So, but anyway, I really encourage people to go and check out that video and weigh in on this. We would love to hear your opinions about this. It's just kind of interesting to kind of see what's happening. And then politically, what should the Attorney General do? What should, the folks in the state do about this? Yeah, he's on a leave of absence. It sounds like he just took time off. I don't know if they've reprimanded him. I don't know if they can. I don't know. So it'd be interesting to see what folks think.
I'm going to, follow this too. See how it turns out. Like, I'm interested to see where it goes with the Sherwood, like what happens. But he totally doesn't seem competent enough to be in his job if this is what he focuses on. You know what I mean? So publicly, we all have our things we do in private, or the things we think. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? But for him to go way over the top, like, I don't think that he's qualified to be the Attorney General. That's the person who fights for the rights of the state, right? Mm-hmm. Like, please, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, good. I'm glad we were able to kind of just talk about this topic. I am very curious about what folks who see our video, if they go out and they do a little research on this, how they might weigh in on this. I'm curious, because I just truly, I was stunned when I ran across it. And again, I think it was because of the position of power that he has. And he's doing this to a young man who's just simply trying to find a way to maybe have some equality or an issue that didn't even have to go this far. So I hope that over time we can find out what the real agenda is, because it's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for spending some time with me on this, and we'll just check back and see how folks weigh in on this topic. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.